Well, this really is quite uplifting. There is so much to raise the mood all around us. After all, this is when, in the face of anything, hope springs eternal, and the fans puff out their chests proudly. Just listen to that noise. This place is definitely up for it. Let's hope we get a contest worthy of the setting. And already we're underway here. That has ended up in no man's land, and that has not gone well. Now it's Messi. Played in deep. He's got tall! Oh, not this time, but a lot of applause for the thought.
Yeah, that was really sharp. That kind of delivery can play havoc with defences.
And that's the end of that. It all started well enough. Looks across and plays it in. Messi making good progress on the right-hand side. Neither of these two want to come off second best. And here's Drogba. It's Drogba! And it's Robertson. Spread it left. Oh, no joy this time.
Well, Peter, it's easy to heap praise on players that play further up the field, but they couldn't do what they did without the unsung heroes doing the dirty work, and Frank Rijkaard is amongst the very best in the business.
Some say the best ever.
Yeah, and I can see why. He's about as sophisticated as players come, and his role covers everything from reclaiming the ball to, well, pretty much everything else. Only a man of his calibre and cleverness can do that.
Now it's Messi. That is good strength. Played over towards the opposite flank. No goals as yet. And here's Azar. Now then, the ball's come loose. Well, that's surely a foul. Free kick. Pinches it off him. Well, that's been cut out, well played. Fernandes. Chelsea were a team looking for an outlet, and it seems, Jim, as though they've found one.
Yeah, and if that allows them to get people running at and even going beyond that defence, then you can start asking more questions.
Now it's Ruben Neves. Donnarumma gets his hands on it, and the danger is averted. Messi. Beckenbauer does well to get it back. Well, that's ruffled a few feathers, but well dealt with. Messi picks it up out wide. Oh, that's wonderful alertness. Azar. Shifted upfield, and Dijk calmly anticipates. Fernandes. Well, for a moment you felt that was going somewhere, but they'll have to go again. And this is Son Heung-min. Azar. Jorginho. Nicely spread. He's in space and looking for options. And he welcomes it in. Tries the cross. Well, they've got it again. Ruben Neves. He's gone for goal! It's loose, and there's a race for the ball. Messi.
Yeah, they were looking for a counter-attack. Well, the moans and groans from the stands now are very audible.
The pressing's intense, and it's paid off. Now it's Azar. And it's been played through. Messi. And the shot! It's in! Well, one moment you're in possession, the next you're picking the ball out of your own net. That one will sting.
It's just sloppy to lose the ball like that, Peter. Peter. The ease which they were able to cut through them from there, that definitely doesn't have a good look about it.
Chonburi have their opener. It is a goal of real significance.
Well, that silenced the crowd, Peter. Item 1 on the to-do list. Done.
Beckenbauer cuts it out. Well, that is not the best ball, and he offers an apologetic look.
Well, the pass wasn't good enough, and he knows it.
Hoisted upfield by the keeper, and he's being shifted off it. Stood up well to him there. Can he spark a counter here? That looks a cracking ball. Expertly cut out, really nicely done. And that pass is somewhat less than ideal.
They should have done a lot better there. The final ball was very poor.
And that has put paid to that. He's forced to go back. And it's Alexander-Arnold. He's found a way past. And this is Messi. And this is Hazard. And the finish! Good effort. And it is right on half-time. So a steady, solid and more than satisfactory first half. They've got the lead and that gives them something to build on after the break. Any opinion you'd like to express on the first half?
Well, this is when you need your players to step up, Peter. Be brave, see all that courage. They need to have a big start to the second half to give them some momentum, and they're not going to get that if they're being too risk-averse.
Chonburi leading 1-0 at the break. And if you have just joined us, well, we've just begun the second period here. Chonburi carrying a... It's a foul, it's in the box, it's a penalty. And that is a huge moment in the context of the game. So, this to restore parity. A formality, we're level. Not a twitch, not a blink.
Well, I'm not sure what body language the keeper was trying to read, but it didn't work.
That has certainly made things interesting.
Well, I'd happily watch this every week, Peter. This is exactly what you want from a big game.
It's a promising position. Musiala. Fernandez does really well to win the ball there. He shifted it to the flank. It's a pretty loose pass. Jorginho is always looking to break lines. Well, there is a look that says it all. A piercing stare.
Well, that's down to a simple miscalculation. No more, no less. Chonburi really just need to be careful for the next 10 minutes or so, deal with the pressure and come again.
And he's straight offside. Now it's Son Heung-min. Hakimi gets across to intercept that. Hazard chooses to go crossfield. Christensen cuts out the pass. Now it's Mbappe. 60 minutes played. And no, that is pretty much the end of that. Nicely weighted ball. Nicely intercepted. Chelsea needed that. They really needed it.
Well, I thought they got off lightly there. The odds were stacked against them.
Christensen kept aware, and it is reclaimed easily. Knocks it into space. And this is Drogba.
Drogba really needed to concentrate on protecting the ball. Then again, he was being very closely...
Ruben Neves! Oh, and they really should have been made to pay.
Substitution on the field. Number 11.
So time for change,
Hazard.
and this one has been on the
Coming
cards for a little
replace
while.
him is number 18, Neymar.
Fernandez really struggling to influence the game.
They're just trying to negate his influence, and it looks like whatever it takes.
Not the most accurate pass. Chonburi perhaps wondering what the best time is for their next substitution.
Well, the manager's got a decision to make here, whether he's happy to stick or twist.
Ferran Torres, and a chance!
Substitution on the field. Number
Kane
42.
bustling and very visible inside the box.
Well, I can imagine it's going to be quite a scramble for the ball, but we know who has the magnetic impact.
Driving forward, he has found the way through, and he welcomes it in.
Well, there's no doubt that they want to win this, Peter. They'll have to maintain the energy and dynamism until the very end, though.
Substitution on the field. Number 22, Ruben Neves.
Lofted
Coming on
upfield,
to replace him
and he
is
was quick to react.
number 16, Rodri.
He's a sharp little ball here. Out to the left it goes, looking to play him in, and he's worked it through. Drogba might just make this. This is intriguing. Next goal critical.
Well, a goal either way at this stage would qualify as a steal.
Robertson, Camavinga gets a foot in here. Now it's Messi. Oh, what a ball! Now it's Kane. Well, they've got it back in a hurry. And this is Drogba.
Well, that might be that, Peter. Maybe both sides just going to have to settle for the draw now.
Well, he's seen that early, used a certain sixth sense. Well, that is one way to stop him. Now it's Drogba. And it's Rodri. Now it's Messi. Oh, that's fabulous.
4 added minutes has been indicated.
Hoisted in. And he's there to clear it. Into a minimum of 4 minutes additional time. Messi. Christensen gets over and intercepts.
They're avoiding the blatantly obvious by not getting the ball into the opposition box. That's where it has to be.
Spread neatly. And here's Camavinga. Mbappe. It is going to need 30 more minutes. No winner after 90.
Well, I think many on that pitch were ready for the final whistle to come, so let's hope that there's still plenty of energy about.
Those of you making their way home on public
So to
transportation
clarify,
today, please
extra
watch the
time
screen for
will
train
follow.
departure times from all local major stations. Substitution on the field. Number 20, Didier
Stern
Drogba.
test this for the
Coming on the
endurance, for the
field
character
is
of the players as we
number
head into
21.
extra time.
Fernando Torres. Substitution on the field. Number 7, Hakimi.
Camavinga opts for
Coming on to
safety.
replace him
And he's managed to get
Number
free.
19.
Ferran
Hernandez.
Torres, and he shoots! Oh, what about that? Late in the day, this could well be it! It was casual, it was careless, and it has proven costly.
Yeah, they've only got themselves to blame. Mistakes in those areas are very punishable.
Substitution.
Well, there is some activity down on the touchline. It seems there's going to be a change.
Well, he's someone renowned for his pace and those darting little runs, but also for being a very good ball carrier as well. They want to add more dynamism to that front line.
Chonburi get themselves into the lead.
A lot of space here, a real opportunity.
Camavinga. Neymar. Valverde. Oh, well measured. And he cuts out the supply. Well, the run has been sold a little bit short there.
Well, I think the opposition saw that pass coming a mile off, and it wasn't the best decision.
Rijkaard makes the interception. Torres is onto it in a flash. And it's Kane. Dink through. Oh, that's a key interception. Kane. Valverde. Kane. Great chance! Oh, this looks sharp. Fernando Torres. Tries to play it through. Oh, he's found support out wide. He's found a way through. Hangs in across.
There will be one
He's
minute
had a
added
shot!
time.
A real chance and a real let-off.
Rodri really reacted very quickly there, but couldn't quite find the finish he needed.
Fernando Torres. He's shifting through the... Goes for a shot! Great effort, but the end of the first period of extra time.
We'd like to ask you all to kindly stay seated
Well,
during
both
the
teams
match.
have run themselves
Thank you
into
for
the
your
ground out
cooperation.
there. Does anyone have one last moment of magic in them?
Substitution in progress.
And so the last chance to find a winner. It has been a slugfest. Significant blows landed, but still no knockout. Now it's Ferran Torres. Oh, well played. That has snuffed out the danger. Well, that pass isn't the best. Van Dijk defending his corner stubbornly, stood up very well to his man. Ferran Torres looking understandably energised after his goal. That's an excellent interception. Dealt with nicely by the defence. Camavinga. Oh, he had to make that, and he did make it. And he's quick to get it clear again. Very much into the last knockings. A
think we're about to see a frenetic finish. No half measures from here.
And that is out of play. Valverde. Not too much more here than seeing out time, and time is very nearly seen out. And here's Torres. Christensen gets it away. And that is that. Chonburi can celebrate now. They have exactly what they craved. Well, after all of that, Jim, what are you thinking?
Chonburi really deserve a lot of credit for what I'm sure would be a real confidence-boosting win. Such a huge game being played. There were so many factors that would have got the doubters going, but I guess they'll all go a little quiet now.
And all that remains for me is to thank Jim Beglin. That's it from us tonight. A very good evening to one and all.
Thank you very much for your cooperation.
welcome for the first time this season to everybody around the world, and we have for you a clash of two teams with very similar intentions. A statement win at the expense of the other would be the ideal scenario for both. A flying start is certainly required. Well, there's a real familiarity about these scenes here. The followers of one of the most formidable teams in the history of football, ensuring that yet again this will be an occasion for the game's ultimate glitterati. Great chance! Superb goal!
Well, they would have been looking at him to produce the goods, and that was very kind of him to oblige so early.
So smooth, a signature finish.
Well, we could be a little critical of that defence then, but the timing was pretty much perfect.
I doubt very much that this was in the script. Messi's cross. Knocks it into space. Fernandez. And it's Caicedo. Nicely shaped ball. It's a goal kick. And that is as far as they're going to go. And he's cleared it out of harm's way. Rice. And he's forced to go back. Oh, it's a promising build-up, this. Plenty of really nice passing. That's Rijkaard. Raya. Eder Militao. Beckham. Played back in. Oh, Red, nice interception. And that pass is somewhat less than ideal.
Barcelona clearly didn't help themselves by telegraphing that one. It was always going to be intercepted.
Oh, well cut out, no margin for error there at all. Beckham.
John Burry really can't go chasing this game too soon. Any rash decisions now could see them lose it. That's just playing it safe and simple.
And he's managed to get free. Crossed in once more. Donnarumma claims it, and the danger passes. DiMarco promptly onto that, and that is that. And that's a throw-in. He's had a fair tumble under that challenge. Rice. And here's Batistuta. Mbappe.
Well, that's good defending. He squeezed the play and he gave him no chance to get on the turn.
Now it's Batistuta. Eder Militao. De Bruyne. And it's Rijkaard. Knocks it out wide. That's Beckham. Tries to play it through. And he's made sure that's not getting through. Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. And here's Batistuta. And this is chance! It's loose now and they want to get it back. And Batistuta! And that has skinned the post.
He's not happy, and you'd expect that, but at least there's plenty of appreciation for what was a genuinely fine effort.
Wriggles his way through. Searching pass he's played there. Well, the idea was a good one. The execution of it, not quite so.
His teammates are really annoyed with that, you know, and they have every right to be.
Bale's cross. Donnarumma gets his gloves on it, nice and calm. Messi.
Yeah, they were looking for a counter-attack.
Looking for the run. And this is Batistuta. Alexander-Arnold. It's a searching pass. That has not gone well.
Okay, being behind at the break isn't ideal, but there's plenty of time to reply.
It's not an especially good pass, that. DiMarco. And it's Azar. Opts for safety. Beckham. Pass is coming off in quick succession here. And it's Beckham. Well, he's seen that early. Used a certain sixth sense. Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal. And it had to be. Hazard looking to get on the end of this. Can he finish? And kept out by the most elastic of saves.
He's definitely living up to the occasion here. He just loves being out there amongst it.
This possibly the last play of the half. Akanji is there to clear. And there is the half-time whistle. A very combative, competitive half with just the one decisive moment. It's been compelling stuff.
Yeah, you don't get any points for stating the obvious, Peter, but thankfully this is still very savable. Keep things simple, keep the intensity high, and hope for an early goal. If that happens, it's a game changer.
And the game has already resumed here.
It's not easy being down in situations like this. I know it's an
Ferran Torres! He's done very well to get to that.
I think he's done great there, both reading it and dealing with it.
Oh, they could be caught out here. Caicedo. Now it's Mbappe.
You can never be short of runners into space, as long as the space left behind is filled.
Hazard has a shot! And a terrific save from the keeper.
Hazard clearly thought he had the beating of the keeper.
DiMarco. De Bruyne. Now it's DiMarco. It was all about the quality of the delivery, and they come away with nothing. And here's Mbappe. Good read, needed to be. Chonburi still trailing by one, and looking here to take it up a notch after the break. And he cuts out the supply. Messi. Barcelona appear to be happy to let their front players stay up front all the time.
Well, it's signalling to the opposition that they're setting themselves up for the counter-attack. It's plain and simple. Chonburi really are going for it here, Peter. Now it's just a matter of sustaining the effort.
They're coming again and again.
You know, the interest value in this game might just take off from here.
Nicely aimed pass. So, Jim, what are you thinking?
Well, the time has arrived to start taking risks. They may well be happy just to level this.
De Bruyne. Expertly cut out. Really nicely done. Fernandes. Now it's De Bruyne. Hazard. DiMarco gets into some space. He rises! No, couldn't quite control it.
That's good play. Plenty of targets in the penalty area and plenty of movement too.
Both sides then taking this chance to turn to their benches.
El dorsal 9. Serán sustituidos por
Neymar,
el dorsal 13.
Kane,
El dorsal
now it's
5.
Son Heung-min.
Se va a llevar a cabo un cambio de jugadores.
Oh, he's gifted it to the opposition. Pulisic. Beckham. Bale. He shifted it to the flank. And it's DiMarco. They get a throw in. And he's being shifted off it.
Barcelona surely have to be commended for their drive and desire. Most teams would be taking the easier defensive route by now.
DiMarco. It's a good-looking delivery. Cleared away. Neymar.
They need to play this quicker in transitions like this.
Great defending, strong and determined. And he has slightly undercooked that one.
They should have done a lot better there. The final ball was very poor.
Pulisic. There's the shot! And that would have been game, set and match.
Oh, what a stunning save. Absolutely tremendous. And he's kept his team in
El
it.
dorsal 32.
Corner number 2 then.
Será sustituido por el dorsal 7.
Beckham with the short one. Cross to the back post. Last-ditch defending, but that'll do. Over to the left. Barcelona with another corner. Barcelona have their third corner. They've played it short. Now it's Beckham. He's got tall. They've scored! And that should do it! Within sight of the finish line. That is a fine goal, really efficiently done.
Yeah, it all came from some really smart movement, Peter. Did the defence let themselves down by not picking him up? I think the boss won't be amused.
2 up and very little time left. Surely this is it.
Well, that's a really bitter blow. I think it's going to be very hard for them to find the character to respond from that.
Rijkaard.
2 minutos de descuento.
Keep the ball and you win the game. It really is that simple. Beckenbauer. Pulisic. Bellingham. Spread it left. And that's that. Well, that was a frustrating game. They were, at times, cohesive, very capable, but undone by an opponent who simply did a better job. Any reflections on what you've seen, Jim?
Well, there was a distinct lack of clarity or commitment in everything the players were trying to do. Looking pretty lethargic, and they were ruthlessly exploited, and deserved to be.
My thanks to Jim. We both wish you a very good evening. it is a nervous time, but these are positive
Hello,
nerves.
everybody,
The
and
prospects are
welcome
so
to
great,
today's
the
match.
potential, be it financial or reputational, is huge because success in this competition brings so much. And the supporters are here to take it in for themselves and to drive the team on. Truly, this is crunch time. Well, colour and passion just oozing from the stands here. These fans love their football, and we're about to be dished up a feast of it. The action has already started. Son Heung-min. Well, he's seen that early, used a certain sixth sense.
Well, I'm not quite sure he needed to hold up play quite as much as he did then. A couple of his teammates were very annoyed.
Mbappe! Well, there is no question that Eden Hazard on his day is one of the world's best, Jim, so how do you interpret the role he's been given here?
Well, we all know he's at his best when he's coming in from that left side, whether it's to drag people away and isolate them or to combine with central attackers. But he also often plays as a 10, as we know, in a free role.
And is that a new dimension to his game?
No, he's been at that for years, and he's just very good wherever he plants himself.
And it's lofted through here. And they're quick to get it back. Caicedo. It's gone out for a throw-in. It has been a rather gentle affair so far. Played back in. Fires it in low. Alexander-Arnold gets good distance on it. Van Dijk. Oh, what a mistake! He is through here. A lot of space ahead of him. He can get that clear. Now there's a fine ball. Picked out brilliantly. And it's Robertson. Now, can they get him away? He's onside.
Well, neither defence has had a wake-up call yet, because neither attack has turned up.
And that's the end of that. It all started well enough. Fired deep towards the back post. Now it's Mbappe. Oh, that's a key interception. Van Dijk. Chelsea applying the press here, a high press.
Yeah, we see this so often these days, but it does demand an awful lot of work rate and, of course, the discipline, because it has to be with everyone. It can't be with one or two. If that starts happening here, it'll just fall away.
Yeah, and there are so much of them, but of course, the returns can be terrific. Hazard. And he's made sure that's not getting through. Looking to play him in. Camavinga goes on a charge down the left. Looking for the run. Hazard looking to get on the end of this. And it's Berg. Takes a shot. He's beaten the keeper, but hit the post. Now they could break here. Camavinga kept aware, and it is reclaimed easily. Aims beyond the defence. Oh no, what has happened here? And the finish! Not pretty, but it gets the job done. Fernandez. He's a sharp little ball here. In it comes, decent chance! And that is doing no harm at all.
Hazard clearly knew where that was falling. He'll be disappointed he didn't put it away.
Well, I'm not sure how the stats look in terms of expected goals, but nothing actual has materialised so far. Neymar. Oh, easy pickings there. Played into space. That has not gone well. Caicedo. Robertson. Now it's Son Heung-min. He's had a fair tumble under that challenge. Tries to play it through. Bergvall. Big header! It's in! On the cusp of half-time, he delivers with perfect timing. They forced the error and extracted the maximum punishment.
Look at the manager here, he's absolutely fuming and he has every right to be. You can't win football matches if you give the ball away like that.
So we have our breakthrough.
It's so often the case with goal scorers, little influence and all of a sudden, bang.
Referee's had a look and he's blown his whistle for half-time. So a steady, solid and more than satisfactory first half. They've got the lead and that gives them something to build on after the break.
Please be reminded that drinking is only allowed.
Yeah, you don't get
in the
any
areas
points
shown
for
in this
stating
map.
the
Thank you
obvious,
very
Peter,
much
but
for your
thankfully
cooperation.
this is still very savable. Keep things simple, keep the intensity high and hope for an early goal. If that happens, it's a game changer.
There's the start of the second half.
Well, I think starting this half in a strong manner is essential, Peter, if you're chasing the game, which they are. You know, go with intent and purpose. Let your opponents know you're not just going to quietly bow down.
And here's Messi. Oh, that's a clever-looking ball. Neymar. Fernandes. Passing is crisp and sharp. That's a shade optimistic. And the pass is intercepted. They get a throw in. Fernandes. Now it's Mbappe. It's a pretty loose pass. Now it's Mbappe. No way through there. Fernandes. Now it's Kane. Oh, perfectly measured that. Oh, that's fabulous. And he's there to get it away. Great vision. Hazard. Cross deflected over the goal line for a corner. Chelsea with their first corner, the first in the game for either side, actually. Ball is over the line. Oh, that's delightful. Crossed into the middle, and the keeper beats it away. Chonburi still trailing by one, and looking here to tick it up a notch after the break. And he's managed to get free.
Well, it's definitely the right attitude and application, Peter. They've got to keep pushing.
This is a really front-footed approach.
Well, the question now is whether they can sustain it.
Substitution on the field. Number 18.
Chonburi can now introduce the first of their substitutes.
Messi. Coming on the field. Number 15. Federico Valverde. Number 11.
Well, Peter, just see here how a lot of the attacking players aren't dropping back anymore.
And that means just one thing, I suppose.
Yeah, they just simply want to engage the counter-attack.
Now it's Kane. Nicely weighted ball. And it's Valverde. Alexander-Arnold. That's been cut out, well played. Caicedo. And he's picked it up out wide. Cleared without complication. Chonburi have reclaimed it. Cute ball now, how can he reach it? He's found a way through. Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest. Great chance! Really well taken goal. And this is getting better and better. A momentary lapse exploited with glee.
I think the defence really need to wake up here, Peter. They really shouldn't be getting caught out like that.
So that's two now without reply.
Well, now's the time you can afford to be more daring, Peter. It may be tempting to sit on this, but I'd say go and grab a third.
Knocks it into space. Can he latch onto this? Now it's Kane. And he's cleared it out of harm's way. And he's there to retrieve it. Can he get on the end of this? It's a really well-measured ball. Oh, he's found support out wide. Well, that's cause for mild irritation. Van Dijk did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. Caicedo. Well, that tackle was certainly sturdy. And it's Azar. And there's his chance to lead the counter. And this is Kane. There's no flag. Van Dijk is there and he can get that clear.
Substitutions taking place.
Chelsea have their second corner now. Point blank header! Went with his head but couldn't steer it in.
They've been denied a chance to develop any rhythm in the passing department.
Chonburi needed that. They really needed it.
Yeah, they showed a vulnerability until the move.
Shapes to shoot! Yes, it's there! And what a climax we have here! It was a great finish. He put it away with great poise, dead-eye accuracy.
That's just a fabulous, fabulous finish. Anything that close to the frame of the goal, 99 times out of 100, the keeper's not getting there.
Chonburi give themselves a chance of a fairy tale finish.
Well, who's under pressure now? It's going to require some inspired defending to stop this lot.
Alexander-Arnold.
Chonburi really don't have a choice now. They just have to throw everything forward and give themselves a chance to draw level.
And this is Kane. Mbappe.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
Chonburi have it back and can go again. That's an imaginative pass.
They're avoiding the blatantly obvious by...
Oh, terrible pass. Neymar. Played in deep. He's there and gets it away. And time is up. Well, that turned out to be quite a game. Both sides committed, determined, driven. And whilst you might argue to the contrary, perhaps... nothing beats the feeling of getting promoted. The
Hello,
hard work
everybody,
already
and
done, the
welcome to
team can
today's
set out to
match.
enjoy this game and bask in the adulation of their adoring fans. Well, the pre-match build-up has been fantastic. Now, the game itself. If you're just joining us, we are already underway. Messi. Camavinga cuts out the pass. And it's Son Heung-min. That is a brilliant interception. Jim, you've played in games of this nature. Who can make the difference?
I've always liked the look of Richarlison, Peter, someone who made a very interesting choice to take on the English game when very young. That's helped him develop his all-round game now, and he's just as much an aerial threat as when he has the ball at his feet.
Yeah, I'm inclined to agree. Foden. Now that... Oh, shooting chance! They've scored! So smooth. A signature finish.
Yeah, great movement and great use of space to get on the end of the pass, and that pretty much did it.
8 minutes is number 21.
Chonburi are already chasing the game. They didn't envisage that. Well, he's going to be disappointed with that. Son Heung-min. Robertson. Nice interception, well timed. Alexander-Arnold. Now it's Messi. Nicely shaped ball. Alexander-Arnold kept his eye on it, and he's there. Azar. Now it's Mbappe. Caicedo. Oh, super ball. They're urging him to shoot. Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested. And that is as far as they're going to go. And it's Son Heung-min. He can run onto that. Oh, that's fabulous. Chance for a shot! Oh, taken with style. And once more, we are all square. You score, we score.
Well, that's so refreshing. They went a goal down, and you never would have guessed it. Their reaction has been emphatic.
The lightness of step, the sharpness of movement, the certainty of finish.
I'm not making any apologies, but I was willing him to...
And Messi! And kept out by the most elastic of saves.
Really anticipated that well, didn't he?
Can he get it through? Son Heung-min. Robertson. Richarlison gets a foot in here. Richarlison proving a very adept defender. It was a good tackle too.
Well, it's not a surprise to see that these days, all part of a forward's duties.
And here's Messi. Well, now it's a race for the ball. Mbappe. And he welcomes it in. He's got away. Messi. He's found some space. Oh, that's wonderful alertness. Distributed tidily. Still very early doors, but it is a closely contested affair. Mbappe. Now it's Messi. Well, that is not the best ball, and he offers an apologetic look.
Yeah, he just didn't seem to get enough on the pass, Peter, did he?
Richarlison! And that has earned a few nods of approval from the bench. And we have our very first corner. Messi plays it short. He's in a great position here. Mbappe receives it in a good position here.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
Akanji. Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. Always onto this. That has been cut short. Valverde. Guardiola. Knocks it into space. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. Valverde, looking for the run. Richarlison! That could spell trouble. Messi! Van Dijk is there, and he can get that clear. And it's Valverde. And here's Mbappe. Mbappe! Hazard. And it's Robertson. Looking to play him in. Well timed, excellent interception. Camavinga. Richarlison. Son Heung-min, who's set up one goal so far. No, not quite on the same wavelength. Well, there is a look that says it all. A piercing
There will
stare.
be 1 minute
Well,
at
the
a
pass
time.
wasn't good enough, and he knows it.
Tries to pass it through. And this is Messi. Akanji. And the half-time whistle goes. So it's all squared. Neither side has been able to make a telling difference, but it hasn't been for the lack of trying. Some first-half thoughts?
John Burry will
And
be
now,
pretty
to all
happy
members
with
of
the
the
way
crowd,
they've performed
I'd
so
like to
far.
ask you
They
to join me
remain
in
calm after
wishing
going
our
behind,
birthday
and they were
boy
able
a
to
very
raise the
special
intensity,
birthday.
get their equaliser. So this isn't bad at all.
So, all square at half-time, each side matching the other blow for blow at the break. And we are back on the way. No changes at the interval from either side. Shapes to shoot! Valverde. Guardiola. Now it's Mbappe. Mbappe powering forward here. And it's Valverde. Hazard. Messi. That pass has been well intercepted. Looking for options for movement.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
Hazard. That pass isn't the best. And here's Richarlison. Now it's Messi. This might spell danger. And Caicedo. Very nicely done. He's played it back. And here's Mbappe.
That's just playing it safe and simple.
Substitution in progress.
Corner number 2 then. They've played it short. Alexander-Arnold. Chonburi are looking to go forward now. He's a sharp little ball here. Alexander-Arnold. Whatever he had in mind, that was not it. Oh, no joy this time.
The
Caicedo.
attendance for this match was
Leicester appear to be happy to let their front
29,514.
players stay up front all the time.
Well, it's signalling to the opposition that they're...
Oh, what has happened here? Camavinga. Messi. And they can counter here. Played out towards the right wing. Back into the middle. Can he finish? And he has kicked it out somehow.
Well, someone's doing his job properly, Peter, that's for sure.
substitution on the field.
Corner number
9,
3 coming up.
Hazard. Number 4, Fernandez. Number 7, Son Heung-min. Number 10,
Point blank header!
Messi. Number 20,
Went with his head but couldn't steer it in.
Mbappe. Coming on the field, number 18, Neymar.
Robertson.
Number 6, Eduardo
And that's the end of that. It all started well enough.
Gavi. Number 15,
No, he's not getting his way this time.
Federico Valverde.
There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other. And this is Kane. Leicester can breathe again, just.
Well, I thought they got off lightly there. The odds were stacked against them.
Tries to play it through. He might be in here. And that is a little undercooked. Guardiola. Now it's Kane. Valverde providing an outlet on that flank. He is through here. And it's in! Such thrill, such noise, and how this matters! A momentary lapse mercilessly exploited. They were absolutely lethal.
It's just sloppy to lose the ball like that, Peter. The ease which they were able to cut through them from there, that
Number
definitely...
19,
That's rather hopeful.
Gavi.
Robertson,
Gavi.
great vision. Richarlison picks it up out wide. Cristiano Ronaldo. Taken back almost at once. Oh, this is a great position. And this is Neymar. And this is Neymar.
Keep calm and carry on. That's the job in a nutshell now.
Valverde. Now that looks a decent ball. Oh, he's found support out wide. And he's certainly onside here. Oh, the touch is just too thick. Could really have done without that.
Yeah, very careless, and I leave it at that.
Richarlison. Now it's Gavi. Nicked it back promptly. And this is Kane. And it's Kane. Valverde gets into some space.
Chamburi nearly finished it off there, but now it's a case of waiting for the whistle.
And this is Ronaldo. Akanji does really well to win the ball there.
Cristiano Ronaldo really needed to concentrate on protecting the ball. Then again, he was being very closely marshalled.
Knocks it out wide. Well, now here's a good battle, bicep to bicep. Akanji with the clearance. And that's that. Chonburi have been forced to do it the hard way, but they have pulled themselves through unwaveringly to win. A great performance by any measure. Well, from behind, Jim, that is... Chonburi are already in celebration mode.
Hello,
Free from
everybody, and
pressure, free
welcome
from
to today's
tension.
match.
All that remains is to add the icing to the promotion cake. Colours vivid and vibrant, songs loud and proud. The tone for this game is well and truly set. There's the whistle, and here we go. Well, now the opposition are going to have to find something pretty special to stop Lionel Messi today, aren't they, Jim?
Yeah, the man is an absolutely born winner. You just feel that with him on the pitch, anything is possible.
And what's more, he brings out the best in his teammates.
Yeah, I think he just gives them that confidence that they can overcome whatever the opposition throws at them, and he leads by example, of course, and will probably come up with something.
Mbappe! Gavi. Over to the left. Fermin. And it's Azar. It's Gavi. Fermin. Good ball, good take. And they've got rid. And claimed it back swiftly. Caicedo. Gives it back. And Guardiola. Passing is crisp and sharp. And the shot! Oh, terrific save from the keeper.
I think he's done...
Oh, what's he done? Mbappe!
They want to be quick here. It's breakaway time.
Now it's Son Heung-min. Neither side yet able to find the net. Fermin. Turns back here, probably the best option. And it's Azar. Tries to pass it through. Alexander-Arnold. Gavi. Fermin. Shifted it to the flank. Mbappe. Ball's over the line, and it is a corner. And we have our very first corner. Akanji gets it away.
And again, they're pressing effectively.
Now it's Messi. And here's Messi. Oh, it's a great ball here. Messi. And that's been intercepted.
That was well played, well stopped.
Guardiola. Just eases him off the ball. And it's Gavi. Caicedo did well. Oh no, what has happened here? And here's Mbappe. Gavi. Mbappe. And the finish! Denied by an instinctive save.
That's very, very good. You can't ask for much more than that.
Corner number 2 then. Son Heung-min with the clearance. Pacho. 30 minutes gone. Fermin. Gavi. And it's Lopez. Lopez. He's beaten the last. Fermin! It's in! You don't keep those outs. He knew. He just knew.
Oh, that's an incredible shot. The dip and the curl he managed to get on it. Impeccable technique, Peter. Absolutely impeccable.
A 1-0 lead established.
Yeah, but I think they all know too well that things are far from done here. And while there's never a good time to be caught out, you definitely don't want it to be now.
And the pass is intercepted. Azar.
Chonburi certainly could do with a positive spell for the remainder of this half, just to set the tone for what's to come.
Hakimi. Vermin. And he's had it nicked away. And it's Azar. Now it's Mbappe. And here's Messi. Caicedo. And it's Hakimi. It's not an especially good pass, that. Caicedo. Son Heung-min did well to step in there. That was more than necessary. Searching pass he's played there.
There will be 1 minute.
Oh, he's been caught on it here. Mbappe. And the referee brings the first half to a close. There's been no shortage of industry or intent thus far. A little inspiration and inventiveness perhaps the only things lacking.
Yeah, you don't get any points for stating the obvious, Peter, but thankfully this is still very savable. Keep things simple, keep the intensity high, and hope for an early goal. If that happens, it's a game changer.
And we're off again.
Chonburi really need to bring up their intensity and rhythm a notch or two, Peter. Just looked a step too slow on everything.
He is through here. Oh, that was vital. Hakimi. Long ball looking to counter. And Fermin. Akanji cuts out the pass. Back into the middle. Played out wide. Fermin, he's played it back. Caicedo wins the duel this time. Caicedo defending his corner stubbornly, stood up very well to his man. He's in a great position here. Guardiola did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. He's got away.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
So, third corner of the game. And the keeper beats it away. Chonburi are looking to go forward now. And it's Messi. There they go, hunting in packs. Gavi. That has been slung wide.
The attendance
So,
for this
Jim, what are you
match was
thinking?
Well, the stats are pretty telling
29,950.
here. It's hard to argue with the scoreline when you carry so little threat.
Oh, what a mistake! He has found the way through. Now this... Oh, shooting chance!
That's exactly what they need to keep doing. Carry on plugging away and eventually you might just get that little break.
Well, they're looking a whole lot more urgent now.
A lucky break would certainly help their cause now.
Gavi. Pacho. Fermin looking to add to his goal. Azar. Great vision.
Whatever happens, that's the kind of movement which raises hope.
Caicedo. Fermin. And it's Messi. And Hakimi. Well, he's going to be disappointed with that. Well, the idea was a good one. The execution of it, not quite so.
Encourage the pass with...
And the shot! He has done it! Right back in it! Almost no time remaining. Game still on. They forced the error and extracted the maximum punishment.
Welcome to the reality of modern football, Peter. You get pressed from the front and you have no time on the ball whatsoever. You can't afford to switch off for a moment.
Number 9.
So, time for
Hazard.
changes on both
Number
sides,
10.
actually.
Messi.
And that has added a whole
Number
new
20.
complexion to the game.
Mbappe.
Well, I'd happily watch this
Number
every week,
7.
Peter. This is exactly what you want from a big game.
Number 5.
Almost
Caicedo.
75 minutes on the clock now.
Coming on the field. Number 18.
Serginho.
Neymar. Number 15.
Pass somewhat off target.
Number 11.
Camavinga.
Hey.
And here's Kane.
Number 22.
John
Ferran
Burry
Torres.
really can't be faulted for their
Number 6.
attitude, and if they go on to win this, it'll be fully deserved.
Substitution.
Spread it left. It's a promising position. He's picked his way through. Goes for a shot! And he hits the net. And they get themselves in front. That really is quite fabulous. All his own doing.
I'm not making any apologies, but I was willing him to supply the finish, and he came up trumps.
And very quickly, the substitute made his mark.
I think the manager's claiming an assist here.
So we have a breakthrough. Now how will things develop from here?
Yeah, all their effort pays off in the end. It just took that extra bit of dynamism to get them the goal they craved.
Now it's Kane. Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. Now it's Messi. Lovely pass, but can he get there?
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
Now it's Kane. Oh, they could break here. Just 5 minutes remaining now. Shot, surely! Well, now it's a race for the ball. He can get that clear.
Substitution in progress.
I think we're about to see a frenetic finish. No half measures from here.
Guardiola threads one in. Neymar is wide and looking to get onto this.
2 added minutes has been indicated.
Valverde. Confirmation that there will be 2 minutes stoppage time. Lovely passing, lovely movement as well. And that will be the final act. A game of margins, of thrills, the sort of game that is a great advertisement for our sport. Sad in a way that somebody had to lose. Chonburi are already in celebration mode. Free from pressure, free from tension. All that remains is to add the icing to the promotion cake. And the mood is boisterous. It is a perfect ambience for the central characters who are ready now to perform. And already we're underway here. Looking tidy in possession here. Played out to the left flank. Hangs one in. And the finish! It's in! As simple as you like. The outcome utterly inevitable.
Yeah, keeping calm and taking a touch like that when it's all going on around you isn't always that easy, but he made it look like a doddle. Finishing it off was quite simple after that.
So, a breakthrough already. He steps in, and that's the end of that. He's tried one! Denied by an instinctive save.
Cristiano Ronaldo really must be thinking what he has to do to score there.
Neymar with the short one. And that has sent him sprawling. Chonburi have the chance to go the other way. Now that looks a decent ball. Played in by Robertson. So just the one early goal to report so far. 1-0 the score. Now it's Messi.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
Ball is over the line. Kera. And here's Mbappe. Brilliantly cut out. Played out to the right. Caicedo. Now it's Mbappe. And this is Son Heung-min. Robertson. Tries the cross. Mbappe! Davis clears it away. Cristiano Ronaldo. Messi could try cutting inside here. Now it's Son Heung-min, and it's Azar. Backward it goes. Now here's the delivery. He's got tall. They want to be quick. Oh, what has happened here? And this is Azar. Azar! He scored! Two to the good, and they are purring. Absolutely purring. That is lovely, finished with amazing expertise.
Oh, what a hit, Peter, and there was nothing lucky about it, let me tell you. It was measured, it was simply inch perfect.
Chonburi are now... Mbappe! What a hit, what a hit! A rocket and some! He's got himself an absolute peach. And they're at it again in double quick time. A momentary lapse mercilessly exploited. They were absolutely lethal.
Welcome to the reality of modern football, Peter. You get pressed from the front and you have no time on the ball whatsoever. You can't afford to switch off for a moment.
Chonburi find a position of real strength now.
To be expected, Peter. They've gone and stepped it up, something they've been threatening to do and will continue to do by the looks of it.
And they've got a throw. Shot. Mbappe! Relentless! Just relentless! Again, in a trice, and they are soaring! What a delicious finish. That is immaculate.
Yeah, the touch before the finish is so often the critical part, and we've just seen an example.
2 goals on the day, and he may not yet be done. Chonburi are at the peak of their powers. As for their opponents, a long way from that.
This is wonderful front-footed football. The manager will be absolutely thrilled to see his team clicking in every department.
Kira. Bellingham. Messi. Robertson does really well to win the ball there. That has been cut short. Over to the left. Nicely weighted ball. And this is Son Heung-min. Ambrosini coming up to half-time, leading, and things are looking pretty good. And here's Son Heung-min. Now it's Mbappe. Mbappe! Sticks it away! And with that, he takes home the match ball.
Look, all they want to hear right now is the final whistle. They've been humiliated.
And that means just one thing. Match ball.
Well, you had to fancy him, Peter. He seems to be growing in stature with every goal.
Things looking so easy, almost too easy here.
Well, it's been an absolute...
Takes a shot! Oh, he's managed to get himself offside. Bellingham. And he skips past his man. And here's Mbappe. Mbappe! And he seemed certain to get the 6th.
Well, there's always that risk, Peter, when a team commits too many numbers forward. You can't help but leave some gaps at the back.
There will be 3 minutes
Kanji
added
with the
time.
clearance. Now who's going to be first to this? Here comes the cross. Defending of the desperate variety. That's a lovely, neat pass. And this is Messi. He's not played the ball, that's a foul. There could be trouble here. But for now, the referee is keeping his cards in his pocket. Wan-Bissaka, and here's Messi. Excellent shot. And the whistle goes for half-time. Who would have seen this? By any yardstick, it is pretty much ideal for them.
Well, for me, it's a lead that's thoroughly deserved, Peter. They've been quicker to pretty much everything so far. The only thing you've got to wonder is, how taxing is this for the players? How long can they keep it up for? Are we going to see a fade in this second half?
And there they are. Please welcome our
Chonburi
players,
have
everyone.
had it all their own way so far then, and they go in at the break in an utterly dominant position. And we are already promptly back underway. And it's Messi. He's got away. That is great defending, so alert. Now, what about a counter-attack? Oh, he'd have done well to reach that. Davis. It's Bellingham. Davis. And here's Mbappe. And he's intervened well there.
There's no respite if you're being chased down like this.
Davis. And it's Ambrosini. And Ambrosini. Neymar.
That was lovely, that.
Van Dijk did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on. And he's picked it up out wide. Ball swung in. Caicedo. Can he spark a counter here? Mbappe under intense pressure.
Yeah, and if they're going to try and stop him in this fashion, Peter, they're going to really test the referee's patience from here.
Keira. Almost an hour gone.
The attendance for this match was 29,514.
Hazard. Now it's Mbappe. Knocks it into space. He's picked his way through. Shot at goal! It's a loose ball. Dealt with nicely by the defence.
They've got to be quick moving this forward.
Fernandes wins the duel this time. Caicedo. Now it's Son Heung-min. Now it's Hazard. Now it's Messi. Now, can they get him away? He is through here. Can he finish? And that should get the job done. Shapes to shoot! They've done it! And that for him is goal number 10.
Well, it's a goal fest, and the fact it's so one-sided now is getting scary.
Number 9.
He's going to be disappointed with that. And that's the end of that. It all started well enough. Oh, he's caught him there. It's a free kick.
Substitution on the field. Number 20, Mbappe. Number 7, Son Heung-min. Number 10, Messi. Number 9,
And it's Davis.
Hazard.
That is
Coming on
good
the field.
strength.
Number 11,
Bellingham.
Kane.
Bellingham cuts a frustrated figure right now. He just cannot get away.
Look, you could do with someone else taking responsibility to shift the target.
Real chance!
Substitutions
Just
taking
about up
place.
to 75 minutes. Chonburi perhaps wondering what the best time is for their next substitution. Fernandes. And it's Valverde. The pressing's intense and it's paid off. It's all a little bit desperate, but it's got the job done.
Oh, that's brilliantly defended, though. It looked destined for a goal.
And this is Neymar. Well, it looked promising for a moment, but it came to nothing. And he's managed to get free. Alexander-Arnold deals with that comfortably.
They want to make the most of this turnover.
Oh, that's well spotted. Gets a good foot in there. He's a sharp little ball here. Great ball, and he's in here. Great chance!
That, Peter, is wonderful reading of the game. Perfect positioning. Well played.
Neymar. Fernandes. Ferran Torres. Now it's Valverde. Now it's Neymar, and he's in Valverde!
I think that's great defending. He just made sure he was in the right place to block it, and I bet you the keeper's very relieved.
Time for a change in personnel.
Well, for me, this was the obvious substitution. He'd become just a little jaded, and as a result of that, he was most likely to make a mistake. I think sometimes when the body becomes tired, the brain goes with it, and I think that's happened in this case.
Keira. Threads one in. Memphis Depay gets into a good position. Delivers the ball. He gets big. And that is faded wide. Van Dijk. No unnecessary risks, and the game is petering out here. And the referee brings it to a close. So a real showpiece win. This lot were simply far too clever for their opponents, and despite